Mike and Tom are registered with Stewart Partners Global Advisory LLC.
Common Sense Finance with Mike Wiginton and Tom Farrell of HL Wiginton Capital Management, an independent investment and financial planning firm in downtown Jasper. Mike is a chartered financial analyst charter holder, and Tom is a certified financial planner professional. They are here to discuss and give their thoughts on current financial and economic matters. Now, with Common Sense Finance, here are Mike and Tom.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Common Sense Finance. I'm Mike Wiginton, this is Tom Farrell, and today, Tom, we're going to be doing another edition of questions from the audience, questions from viewers. And so if I were going to title this, I would put a different title on it today. I would title this episode Insanity Now. So especially today is November the 5th. And one of the questions that we've been getting for the last 2 months anyway is, what are you going to do about the election? What do you think about the election? How are you going to change regarding the election? You've received that question a couple times, haven't you?
Quite a few times, and I know people are concerned, and I understand that there's obviously a lot of uncertainty around, especially this time. Of course, we say that every election cycle. This is the most important election of our lifetime. But the question is, should we sell everything and sit in cash, go to the sideline, wait this thing out, and then when it's all over and the dust is settled, we'll go back in and after the expected market drop, we'll go back in and buy some things. Well, obviously, if you look back at past elections, it very rarely works out that way. But it's not just about elections. There's always something coming up. The trade issues with China. There could be, going way back, rumors of wars and actual wars and things like that. So we wanted to kind of address that question that we get a lot. So a couple of things come to mind when I get that question. First of all, do we need to go back and reevaluate your goals, your objectives, what you're trying to do with the money that's invested, and make sure that we have you invested the right way to begin with. So if, you may have a different idea about how you need to be invested. So that's the first thing. So if that doesn't change, if your goals and everything line up with how we have you invested, which we in most cases we think that's going to be correct, then no, we're not inclined to make big changes. Now, where we may raise a little bit extra cash, hold a higher percentage of your account in cash, is if we look and we think the valuations of the overall stock market or whatever areas of the market that you're invested in may be a little bit high. That may be a time to maybe hold a little extra cash in case we get a pullback, so we can go in and use that cash to take advantage of that. So that's the thing that we look at. So when we get those questions, there's always something around the corner that people are concerned about. Should we be concerned about this? Should we be concerned about that? So if you start reacting to every short-term thing that's coming up, every event, every rumor that's out there, then you're going to get way off of your investment strategies that you should be in, and that's really not a good thing.
And you brought up something I thought was a good point about that earlier. You said, we have elections every 4 years, and if you look back, we're higher than we were 4 years ago. And then 4 years ago, we were higher than in the stock market than we were 4 years before that, and so forth. And it also reminds me of another statistic we threw out, is that 84% of all 3-year rolling periods are up in the stock market.
Yeah, and you're talking about the S&P 500 index,
the total return index, and 88% of 5-year periods are in the stock market, are up in the stock market. So really, what are you trying to do? I mean, the odds are that if you're moving your money for those sorts of things, you're going to lose. You're going to be on the losing end of that.
You're typically going to be wrong. You're going to miss out on a market move on the upside, and then the problem then comes. Okay, when do we put that money back in?
Right.
So that's kind of the way I think of it. I know you're kind of on the same page with me there.
For sure. Well, all right. That's the last word. We'll see you next time.